Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here as we get set to cap off what's been a very interesting race weekend here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're getting ready for the run of the Cobalt Tools 400 here today, our third race of the season. And what a couple of races we've had leading up to this. We saw Chris Dodd pick up a win, since his first win since Season 2, winning the Great American Race Daytona 500. And how about last week? What a battle we had. It looked like Benjamin Miles was going to win that race. Late race caution, late race restart, and Sean Gallighan is able to have the better short run car to pick up his first win of the season. So far, we've got Chris Dodd and Sean Gallighan as potential drivers that will be in the chase for the championship this season. Who will add their name to the list here today? We're moments away from finding out. K Tellier lines up on the pole. K Tellier looking for her first win since Season 3, and also still, she and Keith Batson looking to get Lincoln their very first points-paying win in a Hersheys Cup Series race. Could today be the day? Alongside of her, a former winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, that is Levi McIntire in the number 99. He went to victory lane at this very track back in Season 2. Right behind them, another driver who went to victory lane at this track back in Season 1. That's the 22 of J Bryant. However, at the time, he was in a Dodge Dart. As a matter of fact, this is one of the few races I think we have this season where all four of our former race winners at this track are in this field. We mentioned Bryant won in Season 1. McIntyre won in Season 2. The defending champion, M Haas, picked up his very first career win at this track in Season 3, and C Sandfer, who won here back in Season 4, is in this field as well. So all four former winners here at Las Vegas are in today's lineup. Going to be a longer race here today, 41 laps of racing. We saw that pit strategy did not come into play in our Tax Slayer Truck Series race. Will it come into play in today's race with 14 more laps added onto the grid? Only time is going to tell. But we are moments away from going down and getting those most famous words in motorsports. Will we see our first caution of the day, or of the weekend? You never know, but we're about to find out. We're going down trackside now for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Getting ready to go green. And I don't know, it seems like it's been up to the Hersheys Cup Series to end up having the caution flags. If you're not counting Daytona, last week at Rio de Janeiro, ran clean and green for the Pizza Hut X Series race, had that late race caution in the Hersheys Cup Series race. Here this week, we've had Tax Slayer Truck Series race, completely clean and green. Yesterday's Pizza Hut X Series race, completely clean and green. Will we see the yellow flag wave here in the Hersheys Cup Series? Time to give you your top 10 in the point standings, brought to you by Golden Corral. Benjamin Miles, with his runner-up finish last week, is now the new points leader. 5 points over second in the standings, Emmanuel Hartnett. With his win last week, Sean Gallighan jumped to third in points. He's 11 points out of the top position. And then there's a tie for fourth between Joshua Michaels Honda and Brandon Gonzales' Mitsubishi Lancer. They are both out 12 points from the points lead. Sixth in points is third starter J Bryant. Trent Dunham is seventh. Blaine Keys, who's rolling off from the 8th position, he is 8th in the point standings. Defending champion and former winner of this track, M Haas, is 9th. And completing your top 10 in the points is the highest running rookie in the standings, Caleb Farrell. Another thing we should keep an eye on as well, though, is the battle in the rookie points. Caleb Farrell and Quentin Moore are both tied for the rookie points lead, 18 points apiece. So maybe they'll settle it out of who's going to have the points lead after today's race at Las Vegas. But here we go, getting set to go racing the Cobalt Tools 400. Like a couple of dice in a cup here at Las Vegas. Let's roll! Yes, that joke took me all of 5 seconds. Yay me. Well, unlike our Pizza Hut X Series race here yesterday, that outside line did not get going on the start. K Tellier on the inside line to the front. J Bryant moves into second. Battle is on for third between rookie A Drayton and Levi McIntire. And K Tellier will lead the first lap. That is the second time this season she has been out in front in a Hersheys Cup Series race. She was the Stage 2 winner back at Daytona. Like we mentioned, K Tellier trying to pick up her first win since Season 3 when she won 2 road course races, one at Infineon and one at Watkins Glen. Alex Drayton to the inside on J Bryant. Good start to the race for him after he had a solid qualifying effort. Not too far behind him is the 89 of Quentin Moore, who's trying to pick up his first win of his career, but also trying to take the rookie points lead heading into next week at Bristol Dirt. That's going to be fun to watch for these drivers as well as the fans to see the race at Bristol Dirt. Drivers in some new schemes this week, and one of them right there, Charles Sandfer in the 03 Los Angeles Angels Chevrolet. Now, we're in Las Vegas, which is just neighboring Nevada to California, so Sandfer representing his home team. Matter of fact, right underneath him, a lot of drivers actually running some baseball schemes this week. K Shearer there, the rookie in the 34, trying to take the 4th position from A Drayton, and he's got the Pittsburgh Pirates on his Chevrolet. I believe Kyle Matthews also representing a ball club, the Cincinnati Reds. I think Jessica Shelton also is in the Tampa Bay Rays scheme this week. A lot of rookies up here towards the front. One of them showing the way right now, Quentin Moore in the 89. Now don't forget that yesterday we ended up having Gardner Racing go to victory lane with Angel Navarro, and they have a technical alliance with Fitzwater Australia Racing, which is the team right now that Quentin Moore is driving for. You also see Zachary Fitzwater up here as well. You got to wonder how much information was Angel Navarro able to give the Cup Series team that they're affiliated with for this race. It looks like whatever information it was really helped them out, not only in qualifying but also here in race running, as 2 of the entries for Fitzwater Australia Racing are running 1st and 5th, as Fitzwater just gave up the 4th position to Charles Sandfer. K Shearer moving by for position off of K Tellier, and Shearer had a win last year in the Hersheys Cup Series non-charter race. He'd love to pick up a win here now in the charter series after getting to ride with CJ Racing. That would be CJ Racing's 2nd win of the year, as well as Chris Dodd, of course, won the Daytona 500. K Shearer to the bottom. He will take the race lead coming out of turn 4, so very strong Pittsburgh Pirates Chevrolet right there. K Shearer coming into this race, currently situated in the, if I can find it, so hard looking at the point standing to find names. And when I'm trying to find names, I'm not finding them, and all the action going on track. Oh, he's 37th in the point standings coming into this race, and that's 37th out of 39 drivers. So not been the best start of the season for him, but nice to see him having a good run as K Tellier back to the front. And you're seeing here that a lot of drivers that started at the front have stayed at the front. I said this yesterday that I kind of felt Las Vegas would be one of those kind of tracks because it seems rather roomy, and you get a lot of opportunity for good runs off the corner onto both the front and back straightaways, that we see a lot of drivers, you know, come to the front, fall to the back, be almost like a super speedway type race at a speedway, but that's not been the case this weekend. A lot of drivers that have started up at the front have been able to stay towards the front. We've seen some drivers charge up into the top 10, but for the most part, a lot of the battle that goes up at the front is between drivers that have qualified themselves up inside the top 5 from the starting grid. So track position at this particular speedway appears to really be a huge factor. K Tellier, though, about to have to deal with a couple of teammates there. Quentin Moore in the 89, Zachary Fitzwater in the 59. And I forgot to mention that what you're seeing right now, and you'll see anyway on the bottom of your right of your screen, is the end of stage 1. We've got 10, 10, and 21 for our stages here today. I forgot to mention that. As now they're nose to tail the top 4. J Arndt is now entered into the picture there in the 05. Kind of interesting. We saw J Bryant, Levi McIntyre up here at the front. I thought we'd see them battling for the race lead. A couple of former winners at this track. Bryant just slipped back to 10th. McIntyre outside the top 10. Defending winner of this race, Charles Sandfer, still hanging tough in 6th, but we haven't seen Matt Haas jump up to the top 10 yet either in the 78 car, winner at this track 2 seasons ago. You see right there, you saw J Arndt peek out of line. Now, I'm not exactly certain how much of a run the inside line gets. You now they have the top 5 all nose to tail. Nobody seems really all that interested to jump on or fly and try and make a move, because I think maybe now, as this race has progressed, the tire wear is kicking in, and drivers are fearing if they go down to the bottom, they may not find quite as much grip down there as they did in the early stages of this race. Still nose to tail amongst the top 5, and then you got a battle that's been going back and forth for 6th. K Shearer taking the spot from Charles Sandfer. Cole Baker there in the 18 having a good run. Cole Baker definitely needing a good run as he currently finds himself mired down in the point standings in 33rd. So we're seeing some drivers that really needed good runs here today, getting them. Charles Sandfer, another 29th in points. Zachary Fitzwater up there, he's 31st in points. We already mentioned Baker, K Shearer, all having decent runs here today, which really they needed to be able to get themselves back up in the point standings and get themselves into contention. There's Caleb Farrell. Saw a lot of rookies up here towards the front. A Drayton, Quentin Moore, K Shearer, and now Farrell has joined the fray in the MetLife Chevrolet. Caleb Farrell, of course, coming into this race tied for the rookie points lead with Quentin Moore. Now, Quentin Moore was out in front, led a lap, so that'll give him a little bit of an advantage over Farrell as far as rookie point standings are concerned. But Caleb Farrell also, on the other hand, trying to continue on with a pretty good start to the season for him. Comes into this race 10th in the point stands, had that runner-up finish to Chris Dodd in the Daytona 500, and he's now back in the top 10. He's now going for the 8th position off of Charles Sandfer. Got some other drivers that are starting to work their way back up into the top 10. Levi McIntire there in the 99. He's bringing some friends with him. Take a look at this. We've got Trent Dunham, G Sydnor, and here comes that 78 of Matt Haas. So all of our former winners at this track are now up inside the top 15. Trent Dunham in the 7th in the point standings coming into this race. McIntyre, on the other hand, finds himself down in the 25th position in points. Up front, it is still K Tellier showing the way. Quentin Moore and Zachary Fitzwater, it's like they're purposely just riding there, waiting. They're now going to go around the James McLeod machine, the 51. Don't exactly know what went wrong there on his machine, but he is off the pace, and he's going to fall a lap down to the race leaders. It's not been a very great start to the season for McLeod. He had a pretty good run last week, though. He had a good run at Rio de Janeiro. Jumped up 12 spots in the point standings as a result, but did not have a good run in the Daytona 500. He ended up falling a lap down during that race. He was able to get the lucky dog, get back on the lap, but yeah, McLeod last week ended up finishing in 7th at Rio de Janeiro. That was following up a finish of 38th at Daytona, and now he is the first car one lap down here today at Las Vegas. So the two-time winner last year in his rookie season, not having the best of runs here today. I believe all of our cars are, I was going to say I thought all of our cars were still running, but a couple of other drivers have encountered problems here at the midway point of this race. L Alvarise, who was 11th in the points coming into this race, out of the race due to a header issue, so mechanical problems plaguing that driver, and also Emmanuel Hartnett is 5 laps down to the leaders in the 83 car. And it looks like CJ Racing's problems are just beginning, because now the defending Daytona 500 winner Chris Dodd is about to fall a lap down to the race leader K Tellier. Or will it be K Tellier? Here comes Fitzwater to the inside for the race lead. Will he clear K Tellier, though, is the question. Looks like he will, as now he'll get to the inside of Chris Dodd. So Chris Dodd, second straight week, he has encountered some problems. He ended up hitting the wall last week at Rio de Janeiro. That forced him to pit road for a lengthy pit stop, and he finished off the lead lap there, and now he finds himself a lap down here in this one. Chris Dodd, who won the 500, now 14th in points, and he may drop even further in the standings as a result of a poor performance here today. We may have more traffic up ahead momentarily. They're starting to reel in J Baskinger in the 5, Johnny Gardner in the 55, and Anthony McCrury in the 61. We may end up, if this thing continues to go green, we may see those drivers play a factor into this race lead. As up front, it is Fitzwater Australia Racing teammates working very well together. Fitzwater in the lead, Quentin Moore now moving by J Arndt in second. So you gotta wonder, would Quentin Moore be willing to play defense for the 59, or if he's got the chance, will he go for the win himself? Fitzwater picked up a win last year at Homestead Miami Speedway, and now Quentin Moore to the inside for that position, and look at how J Arndt got through the corner. He may have a thought of challenging for second. Big run down the back straightaway. But so impressive are these rookies up here at the front. We've got 4 rookies inside the top 6 right now. The 89 of Moore is in second, Shearer is in 4th, Drayton's in 5th, and Farrell is in 6th. And we just had another couple of drivers pop up into the top 10 that we haven't talked about today. How about Kyle Matthews, former champion of the Hersheys Cup Series, now up currently, now he just moved by Alex Drayton. That was, I think, for 6th place. Not too far behind him is Nathan Hudson in the Monster Energy Chevrolet. And then back there as well is the Sun Energy Chevrolet of Jessica Shelton. She was scored last time by in 10th. So we're starting to have some new faces up here towards the front, nearing the closing stages of this race. Battle for the lead between a couple of rookies. K Shearer to the inside on Quentin Moore. He'll go to the race lead. Here comes Kyle Matthews. Big run there. It's the Cincinnati Reds versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh boy, rivalry in MLB and rivalry on the track here at Vegas. And it will be the Reds winning out of turn 4 as Kyle Matthews goes to the front. Nathan Hudson right there in the 29. Remember back, he's one of those drivers in the top 5 of the winless streak this season. Trying to snap that winless streak that goes all the way back to season 1 of Hersheys Cup Series competition. And don't count out K Tellier. She started on the pole. She stayed out in front for a good portion of this race. She drifted back, and now she's fought her way back up to 3rd place. That 70 car is a lot of speed, a lot of power, and we may not have seen what she's got yet. Right now, Kyle Matthews out in front, trying to make it 2 straight seasons that a Retro Racing Enterprises Chevrolet goes to victory lane. His teammate Charles Sandfer winning here last year. And his other teammate Jessica Shelton up inside the top 10 as well, so don't count her out. We may not have seen what she's got in store yet, as Nathan Hudson trying to run down Kyle Matthews for the race lead. Nathan Hudson's one and only win in Hersheys Cup Series competition came at a road course, Lime Rock Raceway, as we mentioned back in season 1. He'd love to be able to get the first win for Michael Norman Motorsports since season 3, when Michael Norman was able to go to victory lane a couple of times. And Blaine Keys is now going to go a lap down in the 42 car. While Matthews gets around him, Blaine Keys had that great run last week at Rio de Janeiro, jumped up to 8th in points, and he's going to have a poor point stay here today. So a number of drivers already having some pretty poor performances, and it looks like we're going to have another point shakeup here today at Las Vegas. Hartnett's had problems today. We see now Blaine Keys with issues. Leon Alvarez is out of the race. Chris Dodd is a lap down. Kyle Matthews, we should actually document where he is in points, 15th in the stands coming to this race. And now the pit stops begin. I said I didn't know if pit stops would be a factor in today's race. Well, looks like they are. Someone stayed out. I don't know who that was. Oh, that was Blaine Keys. So it looks like all the leaders have hit pit road. Nathan Hudson is down and away. I think he pitted 1 lap earlier than Matthews. So it looks like the driver will have to look for is the 09 and see where he comes out in relation to everyone else. Everybody leaving pit road. Here's the drivers that came in this time. Shearer and Baker. Chris Dodd, there's Matthews, just now leaving pit road. So we're going to have to see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. I believe he would be the one that was leading when the pit stops began. The question is, will he be the one leading when the pit stops complete? Next time around, it's going to be 10 laps to go. Who's going to be in the conversation for this win when we hit the line? Matthews coming off of pit road, off the apron onto the back straightaway. There is Shearer and Tellier, and there's Nathan Hudson, who pitted 1 lap earlier than Matthews did. It looks like Matthews will come out still as the race leader. Hudson looks like he might be able to swing around Shearer, cycle around to 2nd place. With Shearer in, well, making question. Contact! Oh, the rookie's just wrecked! Shearer and Moore, and the caution will come out. Oh no, there's another rookie involved, Cody Smart, and they're still piling in. Garrett Sydnor's involved, Dylan Young, as Shearer's car flips over. Caution will wave. And again, shades of last week, we have a late race caution. Benjamin Miles is in it. Blaine Keys just got involved. There is Sydnor and Dylan Young. Sydnor with a lot of damage. And it was a couple of rookies battling for what was at the time the third position. A wreck on the front straightaway. And again, we are setting up for another shootout. Oh, looks like Chris Dodd got a lot of damage. A bad day goes worse for the IKEA Chevrolet. Another car down the apron there. That is Matt Haas, the defending champion. It's like he got some damage out of that. The NOS Rowdy Toyota Camry. There's more. There is Shearer on pit road after his car flipped over. And whoa! Dylan Young just sideswiped Chris Dodd and Cole Baker. Rear end damage on the 3 of B Allan. Emmanuel Hartnett, several laps down. He's got a lot of damage on the hood of his machine. And Zachary Fitzwater, who was running so well today. That engine has gone south. That might not have been the yellow flag Kyle Matthews wanted to see. And now, boy, it's just like shades of last week at Rio. Long green flag runs, was looking like we had the dominant car, and now a late race caution changes everything. Let's take a look at a replay of what brought out this yellow flag. A couple of rookies getting together just at the start-finish line. This was coming off turn number 4. Watch the 89 of Quentin Moore. I don't know if he gets into... I think Quentin was trying to get the side draft off K Shearer, but he just turned that car way too far to the left, and it was literally almost like Quentin Moore took K Shearer out. And look at this. Nowhere for rookie Cody Smart to go. We're talking about the good runs rookies were having, and there's 3 of them involved in this wreck just like that. There's a couple of drivers get into Quentin Moore further back, and we'll look at them in just a moment. We're going to look up here. Oh, there's where Matt Haas got involved. He got into into Cody Smart. There's Shearer upside down. There is Hartnett involved. Sydnor. Fitzwater got clobbered, I think, by either Haas or Shearer. And then everybody trying to work their way around. Dylan Young, I think, ran into the back of the 38. There's Chris Dodd. I think he ran into the back of B Allan. And then watch the top side there. That Brandon Gonzales machine is going to get run to the back of right there by Benjamin Miles. And then I think Blaine Keys runs into the back of the 25 right here. Yep, he does. Let's see if anybody hit the 89. We know Cody Smart got hit. We know that Quentin Moore got hit. Or that, sorry, not Quentin Moore. K Shearer got hit, I should say. We don't know if Quentin Moore was hit. His car kind of drifted down here into that top line. There's the hit for Cody Smart. And let's see if anybody hits him. I think there was one car up top side, maybe Matt Haas, that might have gotten him. Oh, nope, right there it was Fitzwater. So not only did Fitzwater get involved in the incident further up with K Shearer, but he also, or make that Cody Smart, but he also clobbers Quentin Moore. And that might have been what actually caused the engine problems. There you see Dylan Young. And then Cody Llamas, oh, he got a piece of it too there with the left front. Sean Gallighan, last week's winner, up there on the high side as well. And that was a teammate, actually, to Quentin Moore that hit him, Fitzwater in the 59. Now, he would have obviously probably still made contact with Cody Smart further up, but certainly didn't help. So just like that, we're going to have drivers out of the race, and we are also going to set up for a shootout here at Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. It's just starting to get good. When we get ready to go green, it will be a total of 5 laps to go in this one to finish out the race at Las Vegas. A number of drivers with promising runs here today have come to an end. Out of the race, the cars of Chris Dodd, Garrett Sydnor, Zachary Fitzwater, K Shearer, Cody Smart. They join Emmanuel Hartnett in the garage area. Another driver with mechanical issues here today, Dylan Poteet in the 31 out of the race, along with L Alvarise. So this track appears to be just as tough on the machines as it is on the drivers. We have a total of 28 cars still on the lead lap. We have, I believe, 31 cars still running. Hartnett, Matt Haas, and Blaine Keys are all off the lead lap. Top 10 as we go back green. It's going to be Kyle Matthews, Nathan Hudson, K Tellier, J Arndt, Trent Dunham. That's your top 5, with Alex Drayton, Tim Walch, Jessica Shelton, Dylan Young, and Brooke Allan your top 10. Now, Dylan Young and Brooke Allan did sustain some damage from that wreck. Brooke Allan rear end damage, Dylan Young some right front damage. We'll see if they're up to speed as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. 5 laps to go. Can Kyle Matthews hang on? Green flag back out here at Las Vegas. J Arndt the inside for the 3rd position on K Tellier. And as the tires are cooled down a bit, these drivers had just made green flag pit stops. The tire pressure is probably a bit down, so they'll be trying to make some moves here early. Trent Dunham contact with Nathan Hudson as he forces his way to the inside for 2nd. Alex Drayton right behind him, and here comes Trent for the race lead off Kyle Matthews with 4 laps to go. Dunham to the point. Drayton into 2nd, one of the few rookies that is still running in this race that didn't get involved in that wreck. He's now right behind Trent Dunham. He's going to the inside for the race lead. Can Alex Drayton, in only his 3rd start of his career, pick up his first career Hersheys Cup Series victory? He's cleared Dunham off turn 4. 3 laps to go. K Tellier moves into 3rd. Is she going to have time to reel in the top 2? Shelton moving into 4th. Trying to bypass her teammate. Crossover move. Here comes Trent Dunham. Back for the race lead. And now they're side by side, and K Tellier's got a big run through 3 and 4. Trent back to the point. 2 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Tellier and Matthews, huge run down the straightaway. Can they complete that run down this back straightaway? J Bryant right there in 5th. 6th place is Jessica Shelton. Brooke Allan, that rear end damage not hindering her. She's still in 7th. As Drayton goes back for the top position. White flag displayed this time. 1 more lap to go at Las Vegas. Trent Dunham, will he be able to make a crossover move again here on the back straightaway? Here comes J Bryant in 3rd. Will Drayton be able to hold off Trent? Will Bryant be able to get them both? Down the back straightaway, who steps out? It's Bryant for 2nd. Alex Drayton might be en route to his first career win. Bryant trying to get the run through 4, won't be able to do it. Alex Drayton, only his 3rd career start, results in his first career win in the Hersheys Cup Series. And lightning strikes twice here at Las Vegas. It was the place where M Haas, who was then a future Hersheys Cup Series champion, picked up his first career win. Could Alex Drayton be a future champion of the Hersheys Cup Series with his first career win here today at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway? We only had a total of 6 rookies this season. The odds were not in favor, or no, 5 rookies this season, my apologies. The odds were not in favor of a rookie going to victory lane this early on in the year. But how about Alex Drayton defying the odds, only his 3rd career start? That just shows you what a powerhouse Tweenix Racing is. And how about the day Tweenix Racing had? James McLeod finishing several laps down. Dylan Poteet out of the race due to a mechanical problem. But Alex Drayton, the silver lining in the cloud for that team, with the win here today. He came into today's race 28th in the point standings, had a horrible run last week at Rio de Janeiro, and 1 week later, he could be in the conversation of being a rookie that will make it into one of the 16 slots for this season's chase for the Hersheys Cup Series Championship. There's a lot of talk on where Tweenix Racing was going to have their charter that Steven Gonzalez obtained for them, where it was going to go. They decided to bring Alex Drayton on board for a full-time season, and I don't know what it is about rookies in Tweenix Racing. McLeod had a career year last year with 2 wins, and Drayton, this may be the first of many for him this season. J Bryant almost picked up his 2nd win at this racetrack, as he'll get the runner-up position, but a great run for him as he came in 6th in the point stands, so he is off to a really good start this year. Trent Dunham as well, 3rd place run for him. So a lot of drivers with consistent runs to start the season. Jessica Shelton will bring it home in 4th, and K Tellier, after starting on the pole, will finish in 5th. I think we could call Kyle Matthews the Benjamin Miles of this week. That late race caution when he was dominating the race, lined them all up behind him, and he finds himself crossing the start-finish line with the checker flag waving in the 6th position. Brooke Allan, great run for her there in 7th. That rear end damage not hitting her at all. Caleb Farrell managed to finish in 8th, so those were the only 2 rookies that really had a good run today after that wreck that took place back with about 7 to go. Drayton and Farrell finishing out the top 10. J Arndt and K Batson, so a good run for both of the Lincolns. Top 10 runs for them here today. Rest of your top 15 were Dylan Young, Charles Sandfer, Cole Baker, Nathan Hudson, and Tim Walsh. And completing your top 20 were Daniel Gilbert, Johnny Gardner, last week's winner S Gallighan, James Richardson, and Brandon Gonzales. We had a total of, I believe, 30 cars finish this race. Issues for Joshua Michaels in the closing stages. He retired out of the race due to a mechanical problem as well. So we had at least 3 drivers out of the race due to mechanical problems, and then all the other drivers that finished out of the race were due to that big wreck that took place on the front straightaway. Blaine Keys, Matt Haas, James McLeod all finished off the lead lap, and out of the race behind the wall by time the checker flag waved were Joshua Michaels, Chris Dodd, Garrett Sydnor, Zachary Fitzwater, K Shearer, Cody Smart, Emmanuel Hartnett, Dylan Poteet, and L Alvarise. So no doubt about it, today's going to be a points shakeup, no doubt. I don't know who would be the points leader, and I'm not going to wager a guess because the last 2 times I've tried to guess who the points leader is going to be, I've been incorrect. So we'll let you guys see it when it happens. But Alex Drayton, the rookie, in only his 3rd start, picks up his first career win in the Hersheys Cup Series here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next week, boy oh boy, I can't wait for dirt track racing at Bristol Dirt. All 3 series, Tax Slayer Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hersheys Cup Series will be there. Can't wait for that event. Hope you can't wait either. Thanks for all for tuning in to today's race. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. We've shown your full results, and these are your rookie points and your overall points heading into that dirt track race weekend next week at Bristol Dirt. I'm Seth Cole signing off. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.